Good afternoon, welcome to another video. Like I say, pressure's on to catch a fish. It's Friday, and I'm trying to get fresh fish on Fridays at 4 going, where we drop a new episode and video at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. This is actually gonna be our second season, so you'll notice it says S2E1, so second season, episode 1. We're in our second year of doing this whole fish on with Coach Steve. I've got 90 minutes flat, guys. I mean, 90 minutes flat. I'm coaching tonight, which is to say I'm running a UTR tournament down in Loveland, so very, very limited time. We're rocking exclusively Colorado fly angler flies today. Remember, there's a promo code. I think it's 30% off if you use Coach Steve, all one word and all caps. So just go Coach Steve, all one word, all caps. Check out Colorado fly angler flies. Everything I'm involved in, linked in my description below, including my UTR tournament tonight. If you like to compete in tennis at an event that counts for rating points, I run them every single Friday. So UTR and CFA linked in my description, and that's why we have limited time today, but that's okay. I get to go coach the awesome kids that I get to work with every day. So we're going to be in a familiar spot here on the river, and hope to show you a few fish. This ought to be fun. It is late March. It is 70 down in Fort Collins, so I don't have time to go to slower water. If I get a blueing olive hatch, I don't have time to probably leave this spot today and go to slower water. So that would be fun, but we might have to wait on the BWOs because Chris armies with some of those. But we're gonna do some CFA nymphs below the surface, see what can get it done. Maybe even a squirmy worm or a leech or something. But we're gonna start with 2 small nymphs. Let's go fish. All right, guys, about to make first throw. And Chris, you have to help me out. I can't remember the name of this guy right here. I can't remember the name of that one, but I'm leading with that bead right there, and then I'm gonna trail a Titan midge behind that. These are both for sure CFA flies, but this is a size 20 Titan midge in olive and orange, but I'm not sure what that top bead is called. So once we get bit, I know I'll leave a comment below, and we'll get you the name of that fly, but it just looked good. So I'm starting with that. Chris will help us out. All right, first throw. Water's up a hair. It's not exactly runoff, but the water's up a little bit from the last time I was here. I know that because I'm standing in the same spot as a week ago, and I'm on the same rock, and I can tell how much more water is up on this rock I'm on. So this was just kind of a good spot to net these fish and kind of stay out of the way, stay a little bit hidden. So again, I've got 90 minutes today flat. So love to get just a couple fish, maybe more. Literally 90 minutes. I'm going to be fishing. It's late March of the year, and I'm going to be fishing from roughly 1:30 to 3 o'clock. So 1:30 to 3, and that could be a blueing olive hatch, but I would want some slower water, I'm sure, to get some rising fish. I mean, there's a chance I end up throwing to a rising fish out of here, but I kind of doubt it. This is water that's moving pretty quick, even though we've proven they're suspended in here. So yeah, I'm not counting on having the time to, go to a more gentle run where I could get them on the surface. So, we're nymphing today with 100% Colorado fly angler nymphs, and see if we can get a few out of here before I go on the tennis court. Let's go. All right. So either the top bead or the Titan midge. And like I say, guys, I'll leave a comment once Chris confirms. I just thought it looked good. But we got a fish 10 minutes in. And yeah, it's not a tiny one. It's not big, but it's not a tiny one. Trying to bend the old 6-weight. Let's go. It's a rainbow. And let's see what he took. Pretty average fish for the Poudre. And all right. What'd you take, buddy? The bead. Top of the snoot with that bead. So like I say, we'll get Chris to confirm what that is. How sick is that? It's gonna end up being kind of like if you had like an extended lunch break kind of trip, a quick trip. But that was top of the snoot with that bead. That is, we're putting ahead of the Titan midge, but I bet we might get one on the Titan midge as well, even in the short amount of time that we have. So, but a very pretty one. Very pretty one. We've caught smaller. So a very, very pretty one. Get my hands wet right there. Taking a Colorado fly angler fly. And we got no bugs or rising fish, so we're gonna stay below the surface. Try to get his bigger brother. See you, buddy. So again, the rig, the inexpensive Bass Pro Shop 9-foot 6-weight White River Prestige, which I've been using with the, remember the if you saw the video a couple videos back, the really nice Scientific Angler fly line. Got fly line on here that's worth more than the rod and reel. But look at this cool orange and green size 20 Colorado Fly Angler Titan Midge, and then split shot up from that right there. And then this guy was in the top of the snoot, that bead that Chris is going to confirm for us. And then Oro's indicator. So yeah, good start. Not a ton of time to do much more than that. So very, very, very good start. Let's keep going. We'll take that, you know, right off the bat. You know, it's funny how, you know, fishing goes. You can just absolutely tear them up and then go back to the same spot a day later and do nothing. And this isn't a day later, this is a week later, and the water's running a little higher. It's, you know, not full runoff, but like I say, this will be, you know, in a couple months, this is almost completely unfishable. You know, when you get to that peak runoff. The main fork of the Poudre River that I'm on is a freestone river, and that means it's fed by snowmelt. It's not a tailwater coming out of a reservoir. It's fed by snowmelt, and it's almost unfishable in about 2.5 months. And oh, you can do it, but it's really hard. So the water's up a little bit from where, you know, the same spot I was at last week, but not up that much. If it was up more, I would even be more excited to do like a squirmy worm, or, you know, even an egg pattern here coming up, but or a leech. But I'm just gonna go, this spot in particular has been best with like small presentations. So like this small little bead that just caught that fish, and then that Titan Midge. Terry will blow that. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. Let's go. And so I was about to say the Titan Midge trailing below that. So hey, at least I can chew gum and pat my head at the same time, narrating and got a fish. And let's see, it might have been the Titan Midge. And how awesome is that? How deadly are CFA flies? I've been here 12 minutes and both flies have been bit. Let's go. We'll net this one, even though it's tiny. I just want to show you the fly in the top of the snoot. And look at that little Bobo. We caught that last guy's younger brother, but check it out. What do you know, Mr. Chris? A Colorado Fly Angler Titan Midge in the top of the snoot on this little rainbow. Just what you want, top of the snoot hook set. And that's your, look at that. Look how just awesome that looks. I'm gonna put this guy back in the water, but I just like to get some still pictures too of fish with CFA flies in the snoot. But just that little orange and olive Titan Midge. So how about that? How about that? I mean, if I had a 3-fly rig, we'd try to get all 3 bit. We got the bead to start off the day. Titan Midge for fish number 2. We're gonna make sure this guy's just fine. All right, there you go. See you, buddy. Thanks for playing the game. Chris and I talk about that, how you know, the clouds we had today just scream Betis. And water temperature, if you guys know, comment below. I'm guessing we've hit 43 degrees, 43, 44. So it's, you know, it's ticked up a little bit. And so that, yeah, the clouds scream Betis, that water temperature. As we get closer to runoff, we, you know, start looking at worms and eggs. As you guys probably know, rainbows spawn in the spring and browns spawn in the fall. And while you never target the reds, obviously, you don't target spawning fish, but eggs can work really well. I mean, eggs and worms can work well year-round, but eggs obviously work extremely well around the spawn, as long as you're ethically not targeting spawning fish. Yeah, we thought Betis was for sure the play today. And so if these flies didn't work, Then CFA's got one called the Scarface Baetis I was excited to use. And then, what is it, Chris? The Bedhead or ODB Baetis. He's got several. And I was armed with some Parachute high visibility blueing olives today. But again, I just don't think I have time. This isn't a spot I've seen that many rise because the water's moving too fast. But I don't think we'll be using the BWOs today. But I'm still waiting for my, that might have been a hit. That might have been a hit. But I'm still waiting for my first bluing olive experience of 2025 because they've been out for about a week. And but I've been seeing those tiny midges in the morning right around size 30. When you see a size 30 midge, it's not even worth your time. Just stay with nymphs, you know. So I'm still waiting for a bluing olive hatch, but it's probably gonna have to be next week. I've been coaching a lot. Something else I wanted to bring up as I continue to talk to myself and fish. My wife makes fun of me for this also. But you know, this match the hatch. Like, I'm sorry guys, there's been a few times where you absolutely, you better match the hatch. But there are so many times I'm convinced when a number of flies would get the job done. You know, a number of flies. And I get it, you can match the hatch, I understand that. But, you know, there's times where a number of flies would get the job done. And, you know, and I think this spot has kind of proven that with the RS2 paying the bills last week. And but I love these CFA flies. They're just so unique. That's what I think of when I think of his flies, is just they're unique and different, and they always catch fish. So yeah, it's just one of those spots where a lot of natural looking flies, you know, would get the job done today. Small sizes, I think, if you have something that, you know, simulates the old Baetis. I did the old trick too, guys, where oh, by the way, I'm using a 9-foot 5X tapered leader today. I haven't mentioned that. So, you know, about 5 pound, about a 5 pound leader. I did the thing where I tie the second fly to the eye of that bead, not the bend of the hook. And Chris and I have talked about that and just said it's flat out personal preference. If you catch fish, tie into the bend, great. On something like a leech or a larger bead, I definitely like tying to the eye. I would tie to the eye on a worm as well. Something I want kind of, you know, more natural in the water. I think the argument to tie to the bend of the hook is if you want that top fly vertical and you want that looking like something that's going up in the water column, you know, a bug going up in the water column and going vertical. So there would be a good reason to tie to the bend of the hook. But you're not going to get as much kind of natural movement, I would think, with that setup. So like we say, whatever works for you, but more and more I tie to the eye as I drop that second fly, or potentially a third fly. I'm just using 2 flies now, but you'd probably even do better with 3 right here. This guy wants to jump. Jeez. All right, third fish in first 30 minutes. This guy had just a glorious jump before I got the GoPro on. So awesome. And it looks like he took the bead. Okay, so number 2 on the bead. There's so many names. You guys that tie flies get so creative. I can never remember what all these are called, but this is back to the top bead. And this little bobo, as you can see, has got the bead right there in the mouth. Let's go. CFA number 3. All right. CFA for the win again. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Poudre River. Little rainbow trout. In fact, we're going to kiss this one because he seems really healthy. See you, buddy. You guys missed a glorious jump on that last fish. I mean, it's one of the things that we anglers absolutely love. Kind of cool. I've already caught a fish today that, you know, bit while we were running the GoPro, but oh my gosh, right before I turned that on, that just had a gigantic jump. I mean, 3 feet out of the water, right to left. It was so cool. It just absolutely cleared the water by 3.5 feet. Just awesome. Fish on. A little better. Feisty as heck, at least, if he's not better. get to my reel. Not a big fish, just a little better. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe the biggest one I've taken out of this hole. I can maybe say that. We'll take this one. Come on, buddy. My drag's a little loose, but that's okay. Have fun with this one. Oh, so freaking awesome. All right, and it looks like the top fly, so the bead, good gosh. Don't go that way, buddy, don't go that way. And I almost screwed this up on a pretty small fish, but all right, let's go. That's not even a big fish, but it's awesome, and he played the game perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. He just had a lot of life in him. Look at that bead again. Man, he was feisty. There's your bead in the side of the mouth, top of the snoot. What a great fish, though. Let's go. Man, this guy sure played the game nice for a small fish. Thought it was bigger, but we'll take him. Beautiful. Colorado fly angler for the win again. See you, buddy. Guys, I'm so happy with that. I feel like that was kind of clutch. I mean, you know, 90 minutes. I mean, I'm telling you, that includes like setup and takedown and getting my waders on and off. So a little over an hour on the water, and to get 4 in the net. So that was really fun. So still making an episode tonight in the video. It'd be fun no matter what, but just fun to be on your home water and kind of find a new hole that is producing like this. And CFA flies paid the bills today. So that's just the fun about fishing, you know. It's just awesome. This spot was opened up, and got some more fish. We've got, what, 30 out of here in the last 3 trips or so. 30, 35 fish, something like that. For sure fishing a new spot next time. So hopefully you guys aren't bored of that. You know, hopefully you're not bored of the scenery and fish going to the net. But, you know, definitely fish probably maybe the Big Thompson River or St. Vrain or maybe the South Platte and fish somewhere else for next episode. But, yeah, this will be the first episode and video of our 2nd season doing this. So, yeah, thanks for the support. And shoot that thumbs up and share and subscribe. We appreciate it. And Chris will know what that fly is called, so check for that. I'll leave a comment below and tell you what that bead fly was called. I know the trailing fly was a orange and olive size 20 Titan midge, and that caught 1, but that deadly bead caught 3. So he'll tell us what that is, and I'll leave that. Remember that code, Coach Steve, all one word, all caps, Coach Steve, for a discount, and check out his flies. And appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go down to the tennis courts, and I will catch you on the next video.